have learned all kind of what we call like annotations and feature file. So how to create a scenario, okay, and how to create a scenario outline. So how to make our outlines like data to be like test data related to test cases also we covered, and we learn almost what is a tag and where how to segregate our test cases, right? So let me show you that as well. So in that Cucumber project, so the very first one is our yeah, login page. So login page is a feature. So we have created one feature. So that feature name is login functionality. On top of that, we started a one scenario. So that is kind of a login credential, and so this is a simple login test case where we can everybody can understand and everybody can see and understand what is the coverage, because it is this test case was written in Gherkin format, and so every step, so we call as every given step. So this given step has a one step definition internally, and that we stored in a step definition package under the respective feature of the steps. So login dot feature. So we map that related to login steps, something like, okay. So all the login related steps which we derived in this particular login feature file steps, so those will be mapped to our login step definition. So based on the @ given and followed by a method. So this method actual backend code for this particular given statement. What is a given statement? Given statement is the user is on the login page, which means user before that, this is a preconditions where user enter the username password, the login page should be loaded. So to do that, so what are the required things we need to perform? Our login page should be opened. So those kind of steps which will be mapped to our actual code to here. Okay, so as of now, we have done with the print statement. Print statement, just we mapped it, and also similarly we return like kind of another scenario outline. So what is the difference between scenario and scenario outline? So scenario is a simple scenario which can one time can perform, and there is a no data driven. So a simple test case. Suppose if we have a multiple sets of data you need to pass and verifying your test case, and that time we have to use scenario outline, and scenario outline which will follow by a example, and this example structure we can pass a data Excel sheet format like rows and columns. The first one is a row columns, okay, and the remaining are the column under the data kind of rows, okay, followed by username, admin, password, different password, and target pages which will be open. So like that we derive the, and also we derive that, so mapping of your test case. So this test case @ test @ is a tag, and this is a tag name. So which means this test case belongs to smoke test case, and @ regression in the sense. So I tag this particular test case to regression. Okay, and also second last test case also it is a regression. Suppose if I use this tag and run with the runner file, so here we can make a tag file. So if you pass the tag, suppose let's say example here, within this file, logins file. So if I want to run smoke test, so that time our test runner will pick up within the file only this test case, because this particular test case is mapped as tag, and I provide this tag to be a run configuration. So suppose if I mark as a smoke test, so which will pick that group the value, something like, okay. So then after I started like kind of high level explanation, so I will come back. So today, like by using this yesterday's session, so which are the modules which covered we'll discuss. So now detailed explanation has been done about this particular feature file, and some explanation. So mapping kind of explanation is done. So for step definition as well. Okay, and TestRunner high level definition. test runner also almost completed. So we have completed. Few more topics I will cover today. And just I gave the high level concept of hook only, right? So now, what are the remaining? So today we are going to discuss. So we are going to discuss about what is a page, what is a driver action, and what and all the driver factory and configurations. Okay, again we'll come back to hook as well. So then almost we're done with the all the modules today. Okay, yeah. So now what is a page? Okay, so any idea? So and what is our framework name? So we are using a Selenium, a Cucumber, right? Selenium Cucumber. So Cucumber means it is a feature file implementation. So let me highlight and so we are Cucumber in the sense so just we added the feature file and step definition. This is a part of the Cucumber. Now page object model. So we need to make our page object model framework by using these two. Okay, and this is a Selenium. So this is the Selenium. So Selenium which include three. Okay, I will tell you that all the integrations I develop some kind of high level diagrams for you as well. Okay, yeah. So for better understanding. Okay, let's. So what is a page and why we use page object model? So what we are doing is so here we are in the web pages, right? We are going to automate a web pages, right? As you know everybody, right? So suppose if I orange. Okay, Orange HRM is the application. So it is a demo site, as you know. And once we log into that, so we are going to treat it as this page as a login page. So what is a login page? So it is a login page. So why I say that it is a login page? So why? Because it has a login label and we have a username, password, login related dialogues. Okay, so this is a one feature, right? And I told you that I said that it is a login page. So in Java, what we are doing is in the framework of page object model framework. So what we are going to do is we will create. Yeah, please go and mute someone. Yeah, we are able to hear you. Background noise. Please go and mute. Yeah. So here we are going to create every page. Every page we can create a one test class. Okay. So in one test class. Suppose my page is a landing page. So suppose the page is a landing page, I can create a landing page dot Java. And suppose right now in our current example it is a login page. Okay. So in the login page dot Java file will be created. So what we are going to place here? So just we will place the locators. Okay. So just we will place the locators. So locator as a variables or properties. As you know, properties and variables. Yes, in Java point of view. Okay. And also we can kept as a one constructor. So do you know the constructor? Constructor of the class. Constructor of the class. What is the benefit of constructor of the class? So we already had, right? Yes. Now there are behaviors. Okay, behaviors are functions. Methods are functions. So in this page, okay, in this particular page, what are the functions I have? So you need to identify the functions. So I can tell you that. So the function is login function. Okay. So login is a one functionality, and we have another functionality is a forget password. So after clicking that, forget password is a link. It will redirect to the forget password page. So once this page is, so what are the locators? So locators is like a username locator, password locator. Something we can capture all those things in the pages. So why we need to capture, I'll tell you. But this is the way we will capture it. Now let me see that in the diagrammatical point of view. So here we need to create a one pages. Okay, not only pages, we are going to create a many pages. Suppose you are talking on login page today. So tomorrow, a verification page, admin page. So we need to create a appropriate pages when we are going to perform the page level actions. Okay. So now you can see that every page what it contains basically. So just as simply as a as I make that headers, like this is a whole page. Okay, started from the Java. So now you see that the first section is locator. First section is locator. So what is your locator? So by dot ID and your ID locator, and you are placing as a variable. Okay. So what do you know? So earlier what we used to write public void, sorry, I'm very sorry, public int a, right? Public int a equal to 100. So just we are declaring a variable. So instead of here page level locators we are keeping. So we are keeping as a page level locators. What are the page level locators here? We have, so we have page level locators are username, okay, username field, and password field, login button, right? And that is the first section we will keep. So what is the benefit if we keep like this is, suppose tomorrow there is some enhancement or there is a updation has been done in the locator changes. So instead of going in the test case level, step definition file level, we will not go there. Just we will come to the respective page level enhancement or updation has been done. We will update the locator. So even though this login functionality, wherever it is used in the multiple test cases, so it doesn't matter that. Okay, suppose there are 1,000 number of test cases is required login state. Suppose one of the locator has updated, so I don't want to 1,000 step files. I will not update it. I will just command update in the my page level locator, because this username field locator ID is updated. I'll just update here, and remaining places wherever using this particular login functionality, that works fine. So that is our maintainability. So we are segregating as a framework maintainability, readability, okay, usabilities. Okay, so why we create a framework? So these are the key points. Maintainability is easy, readability should be easy. Okay, so that's what. So now this first section, everybody clear, right? What is the first section in the pages? Pages first section is locators. Second section is constructor. So why we need a constructor? I'll come to point. Okay. So basically, what is the purpose of the constructor? To initialize the objects, to initialize our class. Okay. So we'll come back to what is the purpose. I'll tell you. So now there is a one more section. So this section is actions of the pages. Okay, methods of the pages. So in the login, HRM login page, okay, HRM login page which required a login functionality. So that is the case I wrote login functionality as Java method. So it's simple Java method only. So what is the logic? I'll tell you, no problem. But it is a Java method. That's all about. So suppose if you have many pages, you just create that. You just create the section like this. Okay. So what and all in every page should have? Suppose if I tell you to write the test cases for admin page. Let me go here. Okay, admin and admin 1, 2, 3. So after login, we have many pages, right? So here in the admin page, so user management. By default, it is a user management page. Okay, admin is a page which contains all the components. Inside that, so there are sub pages again. So you need to create admin is a one page and user management is another page. And the job section is on another page, something like that. So let's see that user management page currently. We are in the user management page. So what are the web elements we have? So here is a username text box and user role drop down list. Employee name text box. Drop status is drop down list. And here we have a reset button and search. And there is a add functionality button also. So all those will be your locator. Okay. So all those will be located. Suppose if I create my class, okay, my class is user management. User management is a class. So in my class, what I can do? I can create a first section is locators. Okay, by locators. Second section is the constructor. Constructor. Okay, constructor. And the third section is the functionality. Methods. Methods. Tell me what are the methods we have? Methods. So we have a reset method. Okay. So method is first one reset. Once you fill, do the reset. Whether the reset resetting all the field to blank or not, or default or not. So this is one method. And there is another method is search method. Okay. So enter some data and search. Click on the search. And there is another functionality is add. Okay. Add because there is a add button. And next one is find matching record. So find matching record in the sense below there are some kind of set of some kind of set of users are there. You want to find out any user, you want to delete, so we have edit. Okay, all those actions. So these are the page level methods. So this is the way you need to segregate your pages. Okay, so something like so whenever you are talking about functionality about the particular page, you have to create a page and respective page level actions, page level locators, page level constructor. So every page has a own constructor. That is different story. I'll come back and tell you the detailed explanation about the constructor. But as of now, the point here is whenever you are working on the some page, you have to locate locators identification and what are the actions method identification must be done, right? I hope you clear. So let's move on to the another topic. So that is the way. So we'll gonna create that pages. Let me create a one page here. So where we can create the pages. So here we can create the pages. Any place is fine. Yeah, let me create a one package in the Java main Java, and here I will create a pages. Okay, my package name is pages, and I will create a my page name HRM. One second. Yeah. So just a second. One student is stuck with this link. Actually, he won the link. Yeah. So now let me create a one page. So let me create a one page. So package is done. Now let's create that. Yeah. So what is my page name? HRM login page. Okay. It is a Java class. So inside that Java class, what I will provide here. So as I mentioned, right? So there are locators. Okay. So let me copy these are the locator actual locators. So let me copy entire class. Yes. So what are the section we have? Locator section. Now you see that. So this class does not have any import, and we are seeing that by is a red color. So for that, what we need? We need a Selenium, right? So we need a form.xml file which need Selenium. Selenium plugin, Selenium dependency. So I think we do not have. So that is the case. Let me get it from the my another project. Yeah, I'll take the latest Selenium dependency and I will add here. So once we added a dependency, right, what we need to do? We need to click on the sync Maven dependencies, which will add it. And you just scroll out and click on this particular page, which is the page HRM login page. So now we can import it. You see that import. So what is the import? It is for RNJ open QA selenium.by class. And WebDriver also be required. So I'll talk about this constructor later point of time. Yes. So this is the way we need to get it. So now, and one more thing I want to tell you. So yeah, this is fine, right? Everybody fine with this creating a login page. Now the next one is web actions. Okay, web action. So what is a web action? So this name can be vary from your framework to framework. Okay, in my framework, I created a web actions. Somebody will create a element actions or reusable functions. So it can be anything. So what exactly meaning? I'll tell you. Suppose till now, like what we had is generally when we return our driver dot, okay, driver dot find element, find element, find element, and so we till now we done by dot id. Okay, so username id something like. Then after what we have done, we used to use a method called send key, and we can send the data. Suppose it is a user name text box. So to handle this text box, so driver first it will find the web element by using the locator, and we are sending the send key as a test user, for example. Okay, test user. Similarly, so what we are going to do? So for password text box. So username text box, password text box. Okay, and so we'll send the password 123, for example. Right. So then there is another action what we are going to do. So it is a login button, for example. Okay, login button. So in that login button, once we find the button, okay. So let me change here password ID, pass ID, and here is a login ID. So locators would be different. Login ID. Now we are performing action called click action. So now what I want to explain, try to explain here, right? So these are the web locators. Okay, and Selenium has provided this kind of statement, a kind of reusable kind of method. Okay, hey driver, there is a method called find element which will find by using the locator. Then after it will send the data into the text box. Okay, so there is a one line statement. Okay, there are two methods but one line statement. And also similarly, a driver find the element first, then do the send key. Okay, send the data into the text box. Similarly, find the my button or my link and do the action clicks. Right. So you see that. So as practice level, okay, as practice level, as tutorial point of view, these statements are very good enough. But you see that what is a common thing till now I can see. So I can see till now this area. So these are the common area. Okay. Hey driver find element, hey driver find element, hey driver find element. So what does mean is, suppose you have thousands of line, this driver dot find element which will be repeated 1,000 times. So instead of that, what we will do is we'll create a one single method. Okay, we'll create a one single method and we'll parameterize it. What is the different here? So different is this one. Your passing parameter is different. Your passing parameter is different. That's it. Okay, locator is different, but method is same. So for that, we need to create a one reusable method. That is find element method. Yeah, till now what we have now Yeah, till now what we have done. So in the tutorial point of view, for us handling text box and radio buttons, all those things. So we followed that a driver dot find element. Okay, the driver dot find element and adding some locators and finding the locators, and we are sending the data or actions. Till now we are learning. So now what we are going to do is instead of writing driver dot find element in every test case level, every level, we will make the one reusable method, right? How and so I will tell you that. So now that component is called as a WebDriver actions. So all the WebDriver or web element actions I will keep in a one class, and I'll create a reusable method. So how I'm going to create, let me show you that. So for your better understanding, I will create a one kind of a presentation. Okay, so these are the WebDriver actions. Now you can see the code little bit complicated, but because so here you are not able to see the driver dot find element. Where do you see the driver dot find element? Anyone? So this is the function. Find element is function. I'm passing a locator. Okay. The framework level, which will be like that. Okay. So this is a simple statement, and it will convert for, and it is working for all the.
That's WebDriver wait. Is that correct?
Yeah, WebDriver wait I did not explain actually, but yeah, WebDriver wait. So WebDriver wait, it has the function, the method, visible element. So this visible element, which will says that okay, it found the element, something like. So this is the one, correct. WebDriver wait is having an internal function. That internal function is kind of a visible element. Okay, yeah. So I'll gonna explain a little bit about this. What is a WebDriver wait? So in our previous session, I did not had this one. So I supposed to create a one video, but I was created, but it was not edited. So let me check. Today I will definitely I'll post it. So let me explain background for that. So generally we used to use driver dot find element. I can also write this one, no problem, but it is a better solution. So that is the case. Now we are using a locator. Okay, so using a locator. So this is the way we can find the find the web element, right? So instead of that, what we are doing is we are writing a framework level method to find the web element, right? But every element may be display immediately, like may be visible immediately, may not be, right? May not be. So that is the case. So which means based on the synchronization or based on some time, okay, some elements to display a default timeout. Time is there. Default timeout means there is a kind of Ajax model, React model based on that UI which the developer has been developed. Right. It depends upon that. The loading time may be a little bit slow. So as compared to our WebDriver execution. So to do that, to make that synchronize our WebDriver to our locator finding logic, so we are using kind of time. Oh, there is some time gap, right? There is some time gap between the loading of the web element and our driver execution. Okay, our WebDriver execution. So WebDriver execution, there is some kind of delay. Our driver is little fast, element is very little slow to visible to display, to load, to render some kind of thing. So now we are telling to our driver, okay, hey driver, there is a hey driver, please wait some time. Generally, sometime in our previous session, we used to use like thread dot sleep. I explained this one. Thread dot sleep will put that 5000 milliseconds. So which means it is not related to our WebDriver concept. It is related to Java concept. Okay, it is thread dot sleep is Java concept. It is about or pause that our execution. So just pause our test execution. Our execution is pause sometime 5000 milliseconds. But if I pause like this, okay, there are 1000 elements we are going to talk. So 1000 into 50. So that kind of duration will come. That kind of calculation will come to our execution. Our execution will be slowed down. So to do that, so even though my we have some implementation in WebDriver. Okay, so there is a WebDriver wait is a one kind of class. Okay, interface. Yeah, it is a class. Yeah, WebDriver wait is a one class. Okay, which handle a dynamic wait. WebDriver wait is a class which handle dynamic wait. Suppose if we put it 3000 30 seconds. Suppose it must wait 30 seconds, but in the 20th second, if the element is rendered properly, it will not wait 20 remaining 20 seconds. Okay, remaining 20 seconds, it will not wait because within the 10 second, it appeared. The element is visible to the WebDriver, then it will not wait. Suppose earlier thread dot sleep is 5000 millisecond. Even the element is displayed also, we are explicitly aborting our test execution. Okay, instead of this dynamic wait, so it will check the period. Okay, 30 seconds which I gave, but in between the 5th second or 8th second or 29 second, the element is displayed. Still it will wait, but the maximum period is 30 seconds. In between the 30 seconds, if the element is visible, just it will find and execute the next. Something like there is a WebDriver wait. Now, this particular class has a lot of functions. So, I'll gonna cover later point of time. But just to simply understand here, okay. Now, hey WebDriver wait. So, my WebDriver instance and there is a time. Okay, I can pass. So, finding a web locator. Okay, find a web element. I have a locator. Okay, locator is my first parameter and timeout I'm specifying it 10 seconds or 30 seconds depends upon this locator. Okay, so the internal logic is so WebDriver will wait until the expected condition if the visible of element located based on the locator. So internally, this method will call driver.find element. Internally, driver.find element which will be called. Okay, so visibility of element has been taken care by visible element. And also, so that's all. So once the element is displayed, it will return web element. So returning of this method logic. So everybody know, right? What is the return type of the method is web element type. So we have many types. Data types, all the data types, into byte or float, right? So double string, class, and it is an object. What type of object? We are talking about a web element object. So this is a web element object. So we are returning the locator. Now, sometime even though with we have a 30, suppose 30 seconds we give, even though the timeout is reached, okay, the element is not located. Our locator has been changed. So we need to know that what is the logic this one? Catch. I talked about this. Try catch. Why we use try catches? Try catch. Anybody? I think this is the video. I think for this. Yeah. So there is an exception. I explained the entire logic of exception. So this is the master exception handling in Selenium Java. It is a very important topic. Okay. So here, what we are doing is we are making, yeah, we are what we are doing, we are handling our exception. So we don't want to abort your step, okay, and we need to continue the next level. Okay, we are catching the exception and we are printing the error. Element is not found within the time duration, and this is the locator. So for the debug purpose, this is very useful. Okay, and there is another catch is no such element. So it is a based on the timeout, or your locator is incorrect. Your locator has been updated. So then there is a one more exception, no such element exception. So when it will occur the no such element, in that video I explained it. Okay, so please go through that. So this is the way we will write this particular function, and this is a one-time effort. That's it. It is a one-time effort. Only we will call the find the elements. Where we'll call, I'll tell you. Okay. So I hope this is a very simple one, not simple one. Very first time it is a little bit tough, but try to understand it. So simple way you need to try to understand WebDriver, new WebDriver wait. We are passing the driver instance as well as the locator, and we are checking the some time duration gap. We are checking the particular my element is visible on the web page or not. If it is a visible, then I can do that. I can do click action. So now you can see that in every action we are calling a find element again. So this find element is called here. So this find element is called here. Find element. Okay. So find element dot locator. Find element dot locator. Again. So this is for click action. So find element which is already developed here.
Sir, here I
Okay.
think we also need to give the locator comma time in seconds.
Yeah. So yeah, I will remove here. So actually so we can put default time 30 seconds. So it is not required. Now it is not required. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Yeah. So actually it required, but every time I did not capture from the next level. So I will remove that. Okay. So now you can see enter wide. Yeah. Click on any element. So I want to talk about the click on link, click on button. So anything I use this method only. So instead of writing driver.find element, there is no driver.find element. Just we are using the reusable method. So I mentioned that locators which will be handled by find element, and once we got the find element by using the locator, click action. So I want to enter the text. So just we can pass this one. This is our method calling enter text, which means this enter text is a method, is a reusable method. Wherever you can have any text, okay, text box, text area component in the page, just you can call this method only and pass the locator and what data you want to pass it. So internally it will call find element locator. Once you find the element, if it is existing data is there, clear it, and the element dot send key, something like. Okay. So like this. So every element action. So like you want to like this, or click on the link, click on the button. So this is a text area text button. So now there is a select is a drop down list. How to handle the select drop down list? So if at all any drop downs, so you need to use like this. So we are using find element internally inside the method. So but we have written in the top of the class one find element method, but the same method we are recalling in the every method level. Find element, once you find the web element, pass to the select method, select class. Okay, new select class as a constructor. Once we get that drop down object of the select class, we are by using the method of select by visible text, select by value, select by index. So we are completed already. So how to handle selenium drop down? These are the three methods, various methods we can handle the by using visible text, by using value, by using index. Right. So next is I how to handle alerts. So accept the alert. We have accept alert, dismiss the alert, and get text. So these are the three variants again. So driver switch to find switch to alert, accept it, dismiss it, and get the text. So like that, so menus and sub menus also. Hover on the element. So what we need to do? Over on the element, we need to pass the locator, again find element. So where we return the find element in the top. So once you get the find element, automatically will pass as a menu. Okay, the menu item, then menu item would be passed to the move to element and mouse over it. And mouse over and click on sub menu. So this is a sub menu action. So move to element to the main menu, move to element to the sub menu, perform the build action. Okay. So like that, so we have made it a web element action. So again, WebDriver wait, or you want to get number of tags. So based on the tag name, you can get all the elements. Something like we suppose if you want to handle web tables. So these are the ways we can derive, and you want to handle with the calendars. So calendar topic is not covered and web element topic is not covered. I will do separate videos for that. Okay, you can go through it. Yeah. So how to select a calendar date on the by using the WebDriver. Okay. So like that. So we have to made our WebDriver action class. So let me go here and I will create a WebDriver action method. WebDriver action method. So yeah, in the page level only I will create it. So WebDriver actions. So inside that I will copy the logic. Let me go to WebDriver. Yeah, let enter text drop down list. Alert till alert I'm copying. So remaining you can see later.
Sir, I
Yes.
have a question.
Yes,
Here
please.
we can use fluent wait to, I mean, is there any differences? Both are dynamic weights only, right? I mean, explicitly wait.
Sorry, can you come again? Both are?
WebDriver wait and fluent wait both are dynamic weights only. I mean, explicitly wait.
Yes. Yes. So there is a different actually. So there is a different. The thing is fluent weight, right? So fluent weight and WebDriver weight, there is a one difference is there. So as I told you, right, 30-second if I give, okay, and so there is a 30-second in the WebDriver weight. Let me try to explain by using, yeah. So let me open, yeah. So here, if I give 30 seconds, right, there is a no polling time here. There is a no polling time. Polling time in the sense, so I did not mention that, okay, every 5 seconds, check my web element is displayed or not. So in the fluent weight, I can specify that every 3 seconds also you can change your polling time. Every 3 seconds you can check that my web element is displaying, visible or not. But in the WebDriver weight, so there is that logic is not there.
Okay,
Okay,
polling
so that
apply
polling logic is not there. Yeah. So polling logic is not there. Okay. So it has to serve. Okay, 30 seconds. In between 30 seconds, anytime there is no polling time. Okay, in the WebDriver wait. Okay. So let me write here. WebDriver wait. No polling seconds. Polling seconds in the sense it is checking every some duration, no polling. So if you put the 30 seconds, in between 30 seconds, whenever it comes, suppose 19th seconds it element is visible, then it will start going to that. But it will wait 19 seconds. So let me go to the fluent wait. So that is the difference. Fluent wait. So we have a polling time. Even though I have a 30 seconds, but I want to check every 2 seconds, every 2 seconds, I will poll. Poll in the sense, hey driver, check my web element is displayed. Then it will wait 2 seconds. Again, driver inform to driver, please check it whether my element is present. Suppose in the 10th second it presented, then it will not execute remaining 20 seconds. So that is the difference. Here there is a no polling time, web driver wait. It is a web driver wait. There is a no polling time, but in the fluent wait we have a polling time. So we no need to wait until when the element is displayed. That is okay.
Fluent wait, actually the
Ah,
default polling time is 500 milliseconds. So it might take 500
ah,
milliseconds for WebDriver too, I guess.
correct. Yeah, that's what default time. Default time it will be doing web dev.
Okay.
Yeah, I was recorded, but I supposed to post. I don't have time, so that is the case. I will post it that video. I explain all those details, differences, everything. Hmm? Yeah. So now let me. What is the error here? Let me install. It is invalid. What is this one? Import class? Yeah. Just I'm importing all those activities like web driver wait, web elements. Okay, by locators. Okay, right. So now this is our web element. Okay, web element locator. So here we specify the default timeout. Okay, I will remove this one. And the web element, find element, internally it will call again another web element here. So it is fine, no problem. And web driver wait. Let me input all those activities and let's see that. Timeout, no such element. It is no such element open Selenium. Timeout is also first Seleniums. Yes. Let me select that imports. Yes. Okay. Alert import. Every import is done. So then what is the error? One is a web action. So maybe that web element action, web driver action. Yes. So these are the things. So now you see simple statement. Click on any element. We can pass the click on the element. This is the method we'll call in that. And find element internally call find element locator. I'll pass the default timeout if you want, or you can also dynamic this one. Okay, just I mentioned it one. Again, internally it will call find element by using the like method overloading. So these methods are two methods are look like same. The difference is method overloading. What is the method overloading concept which I used here? Method overloading. Anybody identified this one? These two methods are method overloaded. What is the definition of method overloaded?
Same function with the different parameters are change in data type or number of parameters. Yes.
Yes. So where is the different line numbers?
I mean, in the method declaration, here in the first one, we are passing only one parameter, and in second, we are passing two parameters. Difference in
Correct.
number of
So
parameters.
this is the difference. So this method name is find element. This method name is also find element. It has a web locator, web locator. So these two parameters are same. The second parameter is different. So method overloading definition is method names are must be same and different parameters. This second method is overloaded method. So like that. Okay. So now we use one of the OOPS concept. I show you. Okay, people will ask the interview question. Where do you use the OOPS concepts in your framework? So this is the first concept. Is called as a method overloading. Right. So methods are different. Method names are different and locators are different. We have many method overloadings. Don't worry. This is one of the example. Yes. Now we have done this one. Okay, now let's see that. Come back to our login page. So login page. I'm coming back to the login page. And what is the different? The constructor name is different. Okay, constructor name is different. Now you can see that in the login page, now we are integrating the WebDriver actions. So where we are integrating a WebDriver action, I'll tell you that. So here you can see that this section. This is a page. Every page there are some kind of methods. In that method level, we are calling our WebDriver actions method. So where we are in the method section. So this is the link, right? Understood? So currently we have a pages and WebDriver separate level. Okay, separate layers, WebDriver actions. So we are calling in the method section. Okay, so as I diagrammatically I mentioned here. So we are calling here, for example. Okay, so let me show you that. And yeah, now you can see here. So let me delete it. And so again, you can see there is a HRM web application, HRM login page, and we capture the locators and constructor and methods. So one of the method is login. So I can use driver.find element, but we updated to that to WebDriver action. So what I will do is I will use that the concept called extend. What is the concept called extend in Java?
Inheritance.
Yes, inheritance. So we are one more roots concept. Okay, so we are extending a WebDriver actions. So WebDriver action is a parent class, and the child class is login, HRM login class. So in the parent class, all those methods we can reuse it, right? And which we created in the reusability of parent class, WebDriver actions. All the WebDriver internal find element, driver.find element, and all those things, clear, send key actions are covered by generic methods. Okay, click is a element. So which this method will click for link, click for button, click for image, anything it will be done only single method. And also I have written that method enter text to text box, text area, right? So something like drop down. I can handle any drop down by using this select by visible text, select by visible value, select by index. So something like which we created in the parent level. So in every page, general actions are those only, right? See, every page we have some actions. So what are the actions we have? Every page we have a click. Okay, I click on this button and enter text box. So admin and enter password, and we need to click. So those are the actions I have written in the WebDriver actions, and every page is inherited. So which means they directly call the method. So what is the action here? Enter text. You see, enter text. So which is from WebDriver action. So let me go and check. Yeah. So WebDriver actions. So this is the one. Right. So what I need to pass here in enter text, the method declaration is by locator and text. You can pass it. So here I capture by locator, my user, this one, and I will pass that my user is admin. That's all. And I will not. Yeah. So what does mean is I'll tell you. So why we are doing like this also I'll tell you. And click on element. Click on element. Click on element is another method. So where we can do the click action. So here is a login button. We can pass the locators properly and test data. Admin 123. So now you can see that this is my test case logic. This is my business logic. What is a business logic? Test case logic. I want to log in. Okay, there is a login functionality, and so to log in, I have to perform set of activities. What is first activities? Find out the locator username field and enter the data into the admin. Find out the use password field, enter the password data, and find out the login button and click action. So now I have separated my test case. This is my test case logic and locators. Okay, please understood. Please understand this one. This point is very important. So we are separating our test case logic. Okay, this method is login functionality, and our locators are separated. Our actions are separated. Okay, so we are not clubbing together. So that is a one more point here. So reusability of things. Okay, yes. Now let me, yeah, yes. So till now we covered that extension of WebDriver. So now we are going to create a one more page, for example. So we are going to create a one more admin page. Every page must extend with the WebDriver action, because all the page level action, common actions are we kept here. So we must extend it. We must extend it every page. Every page class must be extended by using WebDriver actions. Okay. So now I think we are clear about these two topics. Pages and WebDriver actions. Clear?
Sir,
Yes. Yes. Tell me.
please, can you please explain that how WebDriver is referring from the WebDriver actions? Is it initialized in
Yeah.
the constructor or how? You couldn't
Yeah.
say
I'm
properly.
going to. Yeah. I will. So I will explain now. Once we started this topic, and how the driver, that is the important chain. Okay. How the driver is transferring this page to this page, that is important. So first we'll create a driver here. Okay, and from here we can call it, and the driver instance will be moved to this page to this page. I will explain. Okay, so I want to explain this topic, driver factory. Why we create a driver factory separately? Okay, and based on the configuration also. Then I will tell you the links. That is the case. I am not explaining the page level constructors. Okay, so this page has a one constructor, right? That is a main, which will play main role. Okay, and also uh, once the page locator, like page constructor is loaded, what will happen? I'll tell you that. So now, just generally, you need to understand till now. So there are some locators. Okay, some common methods are written in the web element level, and there are some kind of page level actions and actual capture the locators. That's what we need as of now. Then we can go with the what is the WebDriver, how we can take the WebDriver configuration, how we can hook it, and how we can transfer to this page to this page. Let I will explain. Okay, this is a very important area. So the driver transaction. So because, so if you are not transferred there properly, your driver one location to another location, your object, driver object will be null, right? So that will, you will get that error. Okay, so let's come back to our, the topic is WebDriver factory. So why we create a factory and what is a factory? Factory means we are building driver building. Okay, we are making a ready for a, we are designing a driver, something like. So so let me open that driver, WebDriver. Where is the WebDriver? Okay, I did not capture that. Okay, no problem. Let me go to the our previous project and explain. Yeah. So there is a driver factory, or we can call as a driver manager. Okay. So now you can see that. So this is a, let me copy this one and I will explain better. So we will create in our class as a driver factory. Okay. So now I will create a one package here, and my package name is driver manager or driver manager. So which will manage that. Okay. So let me create a driver factory, driver factory. So this is my driver factory, or web driver factory also you can keep it. Any name is fine. It is up to your class name. So in that, so there is a launching method. That's it. So, but two things I want to explain here. So now you can see this code. Everybody understood, right? Can you read this code? Take a 5 minutes, 2 minutes, and read this code which I highlighted. Yeah, I think everybody understood. If you're not understood, I'll write the code. WebDriver, small driver equal to new Chrome driver. This is the way we used it in our previous examples.
I don't know if I missed something. So where are you handling
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
Where there is, if it's neither Firefox nor Chrome.
Yes, yes, correct. So now basically this section once the browser equal to that if condition is met, that particular browser instance will be open. But what I'm trying to say here is, as of now, we use this format. But this is a little bit tough format. I'll explain why it is. Okay. It is also same. Till now it is same. But I'll tell you what is happening here. But so main both are same. This one and this one is same. But what we are doing, I'll tell you. So this is the one. New object. Okay. So instead of doing this one also fine. So it is this line also is creating an object. But here we are not assigning anything. Okay, we are not assigning anything. That's it. There is a no reference. So that is what. Okay, new Chrome driver is means once you make a constructor and you are assigning to a small driver and it is a web driver, something like. But instead of that, what we are doing, we are this is also there is a without reference we are creating object, right? So now what we used to do is generally in the framework level. I'm talking about the framework level. Why we create a factory? Factory in the sense we need to create a Chrome browser, Firefox browser as requested based on that your code browser. So we are opening the Chrome instance. Okay, we are launching the Chrome browser. If it is like a Firefox, so we can launch a Firefox instance. Similarly, we can add more like browser types. Okay. So then after what we are doing, we are just deleting our existing cookies and also we are managing our window to maximize and we are returning the driver. So that is the way it was implemented. And so somehow I added some kind of logics. So like why I separated this one, I'll tell you. So we can also include in the every page level. So there is a page level. Where is a page here? HRM logic. So I can also add here. Okay, I can also implement my driver here. So I can also create a like a web driver equal to new Chrome driver, something like. Okay, I can also create from here. So what happened if I create a web driver every instance in the page level? So we are our test case which will navigate to one page to another page, right? So every page there is a driver logic if it is there. Okay. So every page level there is a driver launching mechanism is there, and in the going forward we are like transferring one test case to another test case, or we have a test case to interact multiple page navigation. So everywhere we are opening a new browser at every page level. So which means whenever you create a new page instance, that browser will launch. So similarly, we are launching another browser. So we cannot do that. So only one instance throughout the transaction or throughout the test case to make sure that we are uh, writing a driver instance. Once the driver is launched very first time, so what we are doing, we are not relaunching again. Just we are getting the driver instance by using the get driver. So this get driver method, which will get the current instance of the driver. So that's all it is. Okay, there is a get driver method where the driver is there, already is there. then with same driver we need to take forward to the another page. So that is the navigation which I made. And also, so there is a two concept I want to explain here. This line of statement you may not saw till now. Okay, so maybe you saw this kind of statement, but this is the thread local and there is a synchronization. So there are two keywords, a Java keyword, and what it exactly does, I'll tell you. So this thread local, okay, thread local is a kind of a Java method, okay, so Java class, and which is made for a runtime memory, okay, so which will remember your driver, okay, that's what in a layman way you can come to know. So thread local for a web driver, so which means we can kept our driver instance, okay, throughout the transaction. Okay, in the memory, the thread local will keep your driver instance alive. So that is the logic. Okay, so that is the case. What we are doing is we are creating an object of the thread local. Okay, we are creating an object of static. Okay, static thread local. Okay, now and my driver instance. Okay, you can give any name. I kept that my driver. Okay, so this is the thread local, and what type of thread local it is? It is WebDriver thread local. So why it is, I will explain, but try to understand. And this thread local has a one method, that is a set method and get method. So what we are doing exactly in the point of in the memory, we are creating a thread local, right, for a WebDriver instance, okay, and we are storing our this Chrome driver as a set method. Okay, my Chrome instance is there, and I don't want to create another tab. Whenever I need, I will call this method. It will get the same browser instead. Because I want to transfer, I want to execute my test case one page to another page. I don't want to create in the every page level new driver. So single driver I'm passing to the one page to another page. So by using that, my my get driver is a method which will get the driver current instance. So something the logic. So why? So we are throughout the transaction, throughout my test case transaction, I want to maintain my single driver instance. I should use for thread local. That is the one concept. Okay, and get driver which will get and also synchronized. Okay, my synchronize asynchronized. What is a synchronize asynchronized? Any idea? Anybody? Synchronization.
So execution starts in one way, is that correct?
Yeah, so correct. One resource. Yeah, well, there is a one browser can access one time, because going forward we are using only one instance, right? But tomorrow I want to run 10 Chrome browser same test cases, 10 different versions of Chrome driver, parallel execution. So that time you don't transfer that same don't conflict your synchronization. So that is the way it will be derived. So it is a robust kind of factory which we created. So one is throughout the transaction we are maintaining our driver is a thread local. Okay. So and also we are not creating every time new driver. Same driver we are keeping in the my driver reference by using thread local concept. Wherever I want again my driver to the another page, I will call just get driver, my driver dot get or get driver method. So get driver method internally call my driver dot get method. I hope you understood, but let me see that. So when you are integration time, you will come to know. If at all it is not understandable. Okay. Yes. Now that's all about this particular driver factory. So basically, you need to in a generic manner, you have to try to understand this way. Okay, while launching a browser, we are creating a browser instance. That browser instance we are setting to a thread local because of throughout my transaction, I should maintain a one single driver instance. So that is the main logic. Okay, yes. And so this is a web driver. Now go to our where is that? Our yeah. So now WebDriver Factory is done. So now what is the configuration? So configuration is a file which can maintain some configuration information. So let me create here, or let me copy from this my existing project. So copy and current project, same resource folder. I'm pasting it. Yeah. So you see that configuration.property file. So that file name is configuration.property file. We used to use this one. So currently only one my environment is single environment. I can keep this one. But going forward, this file can be changed like how I will show you that. So suppose if it is a QA environment details I want to store. So it is a QA config. Suppose if it is a stage related URLs or stage level config and UAT config. So which means configuration file which will be you can add depends upon the environment. So currently what we will place in that configuration file is we will mention that there is a base URLs and super level like admin level passwords. Okay, super level database URLs and database username passwords, all those things we will keep here. Okay, so that is the thing. And also you can mention your browser as well. So that is about a detail about a configuration file. But as of now, there is a one configuration we have that is a stage. So I did not mention. If you have multiple environment, you want to run your script, QA environment, stage environment, and also you have a UAT environment, you can differentiate between the parameters or URL will be vary from the environment to environment. You can change it that. Okay. Yes. Now this is about a kind of configuration. Now we created a driver factory. All of them independent. So pages also independent. Driver actions also independent. Okay. So there is a one more thing is hook. Okay. What is a Cucumber hook? Let me explain. I actually already explained, but let me recap it. So generally here you can see theoretically I was explained in the last session. So what it is? Application hook or you can give any name. Okay, so we have like two kind of methods we have before annotation and before annotation of method and after annotation of method. Okay, this is after annotation. So what exactly meaning of this one, right? So basically suppose let me open this particular scenario. Okay, so this is my scenario, right? So I want to execute this particular test case, right? So for this test case, okay, for this test case, what I can do is I will call at the rate before. Okay, the hook, I'm giving the hook. Okay, after that, after at the rate hook. So these two methods are from calling from hook. Okay, so this is from application hook. What does mean is, so when you run this particular login feature from the test runner, so it will go and go to our application hook and run the before method. Once the before method is executed, then it will run this your scenario step by step. Then after the last step is done, then it will go to hook, application hook, and execute the after text, after method. So, by the way, you need to understand the hook mechanism is every scenario. Okay, let me write it here. Okay, every scenario. Okay, so first thing is hook, hook of, hook of. Let me write like this only before method, then scenario, scenario and after method. After method. So this is the way it will be executed. Okay. So now scenario is where is the scenario? Scenario is in the dot feature file, login dot feature file, login dot feature file. And where are those? At the rate before method. So it is there in the application hook. Okay, it is there in the application hook. So like this I can write before method, after method. It is also application hook. Application hook. So we are hooking that prerequisite for this particular scenario. Okay. So whenever you execute this particular scenario, application hook of before method and scenario will be executed. Then after method of the application hook method will be executed. So that is the way. So because of that, so this is our prerequisite where we can add our launching browser logic or so for prerequisite for the your test. So that is the case I mentioned that here in the last session. So what are the things we can include in the application hookup before annotation of the method? Okay, before annotation of the method is loading your configuration file or create a driver instance or create a databases connections. So now, as of now, we are more interested to launching the browser. So instead of launching the browser, I want to add all those things later point of time. So I will change this method to setup or initialize. Setup is my method. So in the setup method, what I will do is I will create a driver object. Okay, I will create a driver object. So for driver object, what I have done, I created a one beautiful class factory, that is DriverFactory. In the DriverFactory, there is a method called web launch browser. So launch browser, right? So what I can do, I can create an object of driver here. Okay, so where is in the application DriverFactory instance import, and here the DriverFactory equal to what is the method? DriverFactory equal to new DriverFactory object, and driver factory dot launch is the browser, and in the launch browser I can say that Chrome browser. Please remember this logic where it is written. It is written in the driver factory class here. Driver factory is a separate class, and how to transfer that in a thread local throughout the transaction where we can maintain single WebDriver instance logic has been derived in that. So we are calling driver launch browser by passing the Chrome browser. If it is equal to Chrome, then we are launching the Chrome instance and we are keeping in the thread.local. That will transfer. So this is the one. Clear? So this is the hook integration. So now let me go to our yes.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Sir, I have a doubt. Actually, we are using synchronization and the thread local, right, for driver reference. So, why can't we send from a child class, through constructor? So, will it be any difference?
Yeah, we are passing that. So that will come. Yeah, just I will show you that as well. So just we are initiate. Yeah, see, driver is created right now, right? So just it is creating a driver logic we started. So transferring logic is not started. I will explain the transfer logic. So in that page class, we need to transfer the driver. So where is the page class? So here we require a page. So here page we are passing a constructor level. That I will explain.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So let me move to our diagram. So in the diagram, so now let me see that. So in that hook, what we have done in that hook, launching the driver instant from in the setup method. Okay, we call the driver driver factory of launching the in the hook. Okay, hook. Why we use hook? Every every scenario, hook of the first setup the rate before method will be executed. Now see that how BT for here transfer these calls. So now from hook of the rate before method and transfer to the scenario. So once the browser Chrome browser is launched and the scenario will come, and every scenario we have a definition here. So every scenario definition is there, and every definition has a page interaction, and every page interaction has a some page level methods. Then once the this object is found and do the action, then action is performed. Then again it intimate to the go to the next statement. Again, next statement will execute. Again, that step is mapped, and that step internally we call the some logic of the page level action. Again, this will go to next level action, sequence of action, and come back. So like that, all the scenario which will be executed. Once all the step is executed, again it will go to after the scenario of after hook. Okay, after scenario, which will be close the driver, close all the activity. So this is what. Now here one more thing is missing. It is an individual part. So while launching the Chrome driver, we need to specify you can browser. We can from take the URLs all those things from here. So that is also we can link it. Okay. So this is the way it will work. So let me recall the entire execution. Okay. Let me recall the entire execution. One more point is missing here. So let me, it is in the below. Then you will come to know. Yeah. Yeah. Let's start from here. Okay. So where we can say, see, so we start from the test runner. So we specified that where is the feature file location and where is the definitions, right? And now we have passed one tag or we are running all the feature files. So first feature file is selected for login. Okay, then login feature file is selected to login, and it will going to find the scenario. Okay, before scenario, it will pass to the hook and execute the before before function, which will launch the Chrome browser instance and taking by the Chrome browser as a Chrome browser. If it is mentioned Chrome, Firefox, the driver instead will come. Then it will come back to the scenario step. Scenario first step is mapped to the step definition, and the step definition is calling to our method page level action, and page level actions is pointing to the web actions, and the web action element is found and action has been done. Then it transfer to the again back to the step definition. That step is executed successful. Then it will go to the next level of scenario step. So like that, it will complete the test, and when the scenario last step of the scenario is completed, again it will go and complete the last after test method. Then it will come back and go into the test runner, and there is a plugin which will create a report. That report is created. Okay, so that report is the mentioned report is created in that, and we are using project